Coach, this is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cannon. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
You take it right on the 30. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 36-yard line.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Rabbit.
To throw on 2nd down. Little. And Austin Safarian-Jenkins has it. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. takes this to the 45. Got a little space after that nice move. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Check. Ready, go.
On third down, Little. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Seventh play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Strong left, strong left, strong left.
You got 3 down, 3 down.
Orbit. 951, 951. Check.
Operating from the gun. Little. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
You see me out here?
They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
I got you, son. I got you, son. By 5. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Yeah. By 5. Tackles.
Jackson now. Dancing to his left. And some room to roam now. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Johnson running right.
I got you, boy.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On the double. 56. Check 56. Oh, yeah.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 50.
From the gun, Little. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. We're scoreless after 1. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On the counter, Lindsey. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check pass. Check pass.
They'll run the toss. It's Lindsey. They find some open field here. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers. Philip Lindsey, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Wide, get wide.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Cannon. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Check cross, check cross, check cross. Alert flare, flare. Check 56. Mike's 56. Mike's 50. Hey, watch the run.
Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back them out of field goal range. And that'll set them back 5. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just...
He's got daylight. He's at the 30, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Packers. Philip Lindsay, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On second down, it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Throwing left side, it's complete. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On the ground, this is Johnson. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, Dent. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Well, they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Watch 81, fellas. Watch 81.
Single receiver, single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Now Jackson to throw again. And his throw is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Stop your running. Check 3. Check 15. Check 15. Kill, kill, kill.
Jackson from the shotgun. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
They'll run on first down. Dent trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Check. Check out route. Hot, hot. Check 99. Check 99. Over. 56. Mike's 56. Trump. Get up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
56.
Throwing on second down. Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now Jackson on first down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Jackson on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cannon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So on third down, a field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This will be from 56 yards out. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement, so now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Chopper!
Looking to throw. Little. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
Ready. Here we go. All day, defense.
On 1st and 10, Little. Screen pass to Lindsey. Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Check. General, West. Under 10. 10. You go tight. You said right.
Back to throw. Little. Safarian Jenkins has it. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 36.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. And an alley to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. Phillip Lindsay with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them. And the ball is knocked out, and the Packers pick it up. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. 2nd and 13. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 9. Ready, go.
Operating from the gun. Little. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
It's got to the point when we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, And now they're acting like wide receivers, too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
On first down, Lindsey. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The tackle credited to Jamal Agnew.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
And to give this time to the tailback. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Little. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They'll run on first down. Dent, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
He's checking. Crash. Rush in.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Little finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
and 10 at the 15-yard line.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Now it's Lindsey. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
Check safety, check safety.
Here's second and 8. That is caught inside the 5. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal.
Come on, set, 8, read.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back to throw. Little. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal?
Recon, 132 fight.
From the gun, Little. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and in fact we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25.
Switch, switch.
Jackson throwing again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Lions on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Going up top. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Looking deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. K.D. Cannon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions were able to draw a bit closer. So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will not make it to the goal line. The defense holds him here. And this is still a 3-score game as the lead remains 18. Following the touchdown, McCrane set to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
bashed it.
Super toe.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. 80 weapon, 80 weapon. Delta. Ready, go.
2nd and 6. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Operating from the gun. Little. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. 9 yards on the play and a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On 1st down, Lindsey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Credit to tackle that time to Deshaun Hand. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape. Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Little. Looking for Shepard deep. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Darius Slay with a pick. And he's into the clear. The 30. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football.
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. Little. Left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Go, go, go.
Kill, 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 kill.
To throw on 3rd down. Little. Looking for Shepard deep. And got his man complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Sterling Shepard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
56.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson under pressure again, and down he goes again. Zadarius Smith make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
At the 44-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You.
And they will take a knee here.
The quarterback keeps it.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Green Bay, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.